I would never recommend to anyone to try to manage it themselves. For one, it gives you time back. Having an investment property, it's an immense amount of time in terms of actually looking after property and being a property manager. You got to do 100 different things. Property managers to me is probably one of the most difficult jobs, worst jobs that I could ever imagine. Being a property manager, for one, you're always constantly the referee between the landlord and the tenant. You're constantly dealing with issues from either side. But property manager, as an example, has to be the one that has those like sticky conversations, whether, you know, rent's getting increased as an example, if the tenant's got to potentially be moved out, if they haven't been doing the right thing. They're literally dealing with issues all day. I believe everyone should always use a property manager when they're having investment properties because it's a very difficult job. You'll likely spend more time and effort on actually doing that than you would if you use that time to actually go off and actually work in your normal job or do whatever it is or spend time with your family. They do things, as an example, they have to actually physically rent the property out. Imagine if, like, I'm in Sydney right now and I own 40 or 50 properties in Queensland right now. If I was actually going to be the property manager myself, that means I'd have to literally fly from Sydney to Queensland every other week. Property went vacant as an example and I had to get another tenant to move in there. I'd have to physically go out there, put the actual physical ad on realestate.com to build attraction, and then I have to go in there with the keys and actually open it up and show tenants through. Being a property manager as well, it's very difficult because you've got to screen tenants, you've got to have access to different databases to check tenants' history to make sure when they have rented somewhere else, they paid on time, have good tenant history. The money that you pay to a property manager, like, you would save 5 times that. The average property management fee in Queensland, hypothetically, is 7 to 8%. If the rental income, as an example, is hypothetically $10,000 a year in annual rental income, 7% of that would be $700 a year. So it's not that much in comparison. Depending on if your property is rented for, as an example, $400 a week, the property management fee that you pay, which is also tax deductible anyway, it literally might be 25, 30 bucks a week. So you're getting 400 bucks a week, but you're only spending like $30 a week on property management fees. I would never recommend to anyone to try to manage it themselves.